BMC Racing Team's Grand Tour contender Richie Porte, interestingly also known simply as Fish, has a secret: swimming. Yes, you heard me right. Porte uses swim training to prepare himself for the rigours of pro cycling, including preparing himself for the Grand Tours. And we're here in Spain to find out why and how he uses swim training to improve his cycling. Let's take a look. Well, Richie, thanks very much for joining us. I am extremely intrigued about this. First off, before you're a pro cyclist, you were a swimmer, then you went over into triathlon, then a pro cyclist, but you still use swimming as part of your training for cycling. Now, is that something that you've always done?
Yeah, I mean, obviously for me, as a kid growing up in Australia, it was kind of the lifestyle to swim. My dad used to manage swimming pools, so some of my earliest memories are growing up, swimming at the pool with the family. And I started swimming around about the age of 8, like competitively. And, I think it's a passion, it's something, obviously I love riding my bike, but it is nice to have something else to do in the off season or as a recovery tool. I actually genuinely enjoy getting in the pool. It's something that I always did, swimming. I mean, it's just, you're coming from a cycling into a cycling world, and it's like, you shouldn't swim because it builds your upper body and this and that, but that's a bit of a old wives' tale, to be honest. Like, I mean, if you can do a recovery session in the pool, it's just as effective as, doing an easy ride on the road, in my opinion.
Now, Richard, I know you've been doing some work with Mark Foster, the multiple world champion, British swimming legend, and also Speedo. How did that actually come about?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Speedo are not just into swimming now. They're looking at working with cyclists, right. And there's things you can do other than ride your bike to benefit your swimming. So for me, grew up watching swimming. To work with somebody like Mark Foster, is a massive name in swimming. So the chance to work with him and Speedo, for me, it's, grew up wearing the Speedo brand, and then now to collaborate with those guys in something that, I really feel swimming can benefit cycling. So yeah, it's brilliant opportunity to work with, Mark and Speedo.
Now, I'm particularly fascinated, Richie, in relation to exactly what you do in the pool. Now, I know that you've trained in the pool as well as riding at altitude before last year's Tour de France. So what sort of sessions were you doing, and what time of day were you doing them? How did you weave it in and around your training? Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, in the season, I use it more as a recovery. Right. After an easy ride or whatever, I'll go to the pool and do a little bit more on the kickboard or something like that. So. But in the off season, it's a lot different. Actually go up and do right. Good 4 kilometre sessions of swimming. So, it's definitely in the season. It's just more of a recovery thing. Whereas in the off season, it's trying to burn a few of those extra kilograms us cyclists put on. I don't think cyclists necessarily make the best swimmers. It's totally different muscles, but yeah, and all legs. But maybe you'll sink a little bit, but. Look, I think it's just nice to change it up and do something totally different to what you're used to doing.
So Richie, we've talked about using swimming to build your endurance. We've talked about the fact that it's a real benefit on a rest day, for example, to help relax your muscles. But I also know that you've used it extensively in terms of particular recuperation. You've had a couple of nasty injuries. You've had a really nasty chest infection a couple of years back after the tour. But you used swimming then to help you through the recuperation process. I mean, how did you work that? How beneficial was it?
Yeah, I mean, I think I rediscovered my passion for swimming in 2014 when I went into the tour in good condition, and then came out of it with a bit of a problem with the chest and the lungs. So, when I went and saw a specialist, and he said to me, "Can you swim?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, that's what I grew up doing."
Have you looked me up on the internet? I can swim.
Yeah, it's like. So, that was one of those moments where I got back in the pool, and I think, you know, to be honest, it really set me up for a great 2015 season.
Fantastic, fantastic. So Richie, I think there's going to be a few people that are still a little bit maybe sceptical about the benefits of swimming and cycling and bringing the two together. So give me two of the main reasons why that somebody should even just give this a try, because I know that it really has worked for you, and clearly you believe in it. You're a real practitioner, aren't you?
I mean, for sure. I think it's just nice from a mental point of view to have something else to do, you know. I think it's a long winter, isn't it? So it's nice to work on your, you know, cardiovascular fitness in the swimming pool.
Okay.
I think, you know, obviously it's just nice to, if it's raining outside, jump in the pool. And the other thing is, you know, it's just from a recovery point of view, you know, if you can get on the kickboard and kick the legs out, it's kind of like a massage, you know. And, you know, people are skeptical of it, but, you know, I think that cycling is such a one-dimensional thing that it's just nice to get in and do something totally different, and that's what swimming is for me.
Richie Porte, thanks very much, mate.
Thanks a lot.
Absolutely fascinating stuff there from Richie Porte. But perhaps I was a little bit ahead of my time when I did actually incorporate swimming into my training routine back in the late 1980s. And we'd like to hear what you think. Do you incorporate swimming into your training, or would you like to try it? Leave your comments down below. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to GCN, you can do so by clicking here on the globe. It's absolutely free, and please do make sure that you tell your mates as well. Now, for another 5 ways to improve your strength on the bike, how about clicking just here for our 5 core sessions? And for our 10 ways why cycling is different than other sports, click just down here.